Hello everyone, welcome back again. In this tutorial today, we are going to continue our discussion on HTML colors. And today we are talking about RGB color and RGBA color. So quickly, let's get started. HTML RGB and RGBA colors. An RGB color value represents red, green, and blue light sources. You can see red, green, and blue light sources. What do they mean by red, green, and blue light sources? The light green and blue light sources represent the light that they use to bring all this brightness to our screen. So what they mean here is that the thing that is generating all these every colors we are using here, they are just form of red, green, and also blue. So when you want to have any other color, you have to mix the red, green, and blue together to have multi-colors. That's what they are trying to say here. So an RGBA color value is an extension of RGB with an alpha channel opacity. That is, the RGBA extension. The RGBA is an extension to the RGB, which means the RGBA is used to control the opacity, to control the brightness. So in the future, as we are getting that, as we are moving on, you are going to understand the deep things about it. RGB color values. In HTML, a color can be specified as an RGB value using this formula: RGB red. RGB, in your opening and closing bracket, you have red value, green value, and blue value. So each parameter, red, green, and blue, defines the intensity of the color with a value between 0 and 255. So what they mean here is that when you are using the RGB parameters, the red, green, blue, this red, green, blue is used to control the intensity, to identify the kind of color that you are trying to choose. So this means that there are 256 times 256 times 256 times 256 color. At is 256 times 256 times 256 is equal to all this bunch of numbers. So the possible colors you can find here is heading to like this is 1, 2. So I won't call this because I don't have time for this. So possible colors, for example, 25500, all this is displayed as red because we are using 0 to 255, that is 1 to 256. Get this point very well. 0 to 255, that is 1 to 256. That is, the 0 is I've already represented the 1 to 256. So when you are using it, because you are going to use 0 no matter what, you are going to start from 0. Your computer will start counting from 0. So you are going to stop from what? From 255. That's why you are having it there. So for you not to be confused, so it started from 0 to 255. So when you shift it, it's going to be like 1 to 256. That's how it goes. So instead of counting from 1 to 256, because the computer is going to start from 0, so you have to remove that one on top of it that makes it 256, because the computer is going to start from 0. So it's not going to read the 256 for you. So that's why you have to use 255. So anything above 255 is not going to be displayed. So but 255 can be displayed as white color. It displays 255, 255, 255. If all these are 255, 255, it's going to be white color. So that is to say, this 255 from the beginning represent the R, another 285 here represent the G, Another 255 here represent the B, which means 255. When this is 255, that is red color, the full red color. If this is 0 like this, definitely it's not showing the red color. You understand? It's not showing the green color. Definitely the green color is off, and the blue color is also off here. So that's how it goes. I used to say, when you want to specify color, you have to add the number, mix the numbers together, like you are mixing red, green and blue together to get the color that you want. You have to mix the numbers. You will mix the two. You can put any number that you want there. I will explain further in the future. So let's continue here. The RGB 255.200 is displayed as red because red is set to its highest value. That is, red is set to its highest value. That is it. So, and the other two, green and blue, are set to a 0. So the green here and this green and blue, the green and blue here, they are set to a 0. So definitely this is red color. So another example RGB is 0255 to 0. That is to say, this 255 is meant for green. Definitely the color will display green. So it's displayed as green because green is set to its highest value, and the other two, red and blue, are set to a 0. That is to say, red is set to 0, blue is set to 0, so green is set to its highest, which means the color is going to display green. To display black, set all color parameters to a 0, like this, RGB 000. That is to say, when you want to display black color, you have to start from 0 0 0. So everything will begin from a 0. To display white color, set all color parameters to 255, like this, RGB 255 255 255. That is, when you mix red with green with blue, you are going to get what? You are going to get white. So you can try to mix it with, you can experiment it with a real color too. You will have to mix red, green, blue together. When you mix it, you will confirm that it is going to show you white. Experiment by mixing the RGB values below. So this one also, we will do a lot of example later. Let's get going. So here we are going to discuss about shades of gray. Shades of gray are often defined using equal values for all three parameters. That is, when you are decreasing the color from 255 to, you are going to be seeing along the line, you are going to see what? The shade of grays. This is shade of grays. You can see when you reach 60, you see how it shows. When you reach 100, you see how it lights more. So when you get going, you are going to understand these shades of gray also. You can see this one also. This the shade of gray. We are going to try this ourselves. So RGBA color values. RGBA color values are an extension of RGB color. Extension of RGB colors. So with an alpha channel which specifies the opacity for a color. An RGBA color value is specified with R for red, green for G, B for blue, A for alpha. That is red, green, blue, alpha. That is to say, the alpha here that is added to the RGB is used to control the brightness, the opacity of the color. So in the future, we are going to understand this better. The alpha parameter is a number between 0.0 fully transparent and 1.0 not transparent at all. Experiment by mixing the RGBA values below. So we are going to experiment it one by one. I think we are done with reading. So let's quickly come to the color and display RGB color and see how it works along with the. We are going to discuss again. We are going to show us how to shade it to give it gray, and also we are going to display how we can show the RGBA color. So quickly, let me show you how it works now. Let's go to our HTML folder, open it, double click it and open it. Come to your index file, right click and open it with Google Chrome to see what is there before. No, let's open it with our Google. We want to use it. We want to use our Firefox today. So let's open it with Firefox to see what is there. This is what where we stopped the other time. We stopped here the other time. If you haven't watched the video, you can go and watch it. But let me quickly open the file so we can edit it, can change the thing that is there. So this is how it works. In every document, if you want to specify RGB color, I will show you how it RGB color. RGB. Let me give it RGB color. So let's save our documents first to see how it looks. Can you see? We are seeing only our text here. So for us to specify the color, we have to use inside our opening tag, the P opening tag. We are going to use the style attribute from the HTML along with the color. Let's use background color to see what is happening very well. Background color from the CSS property along with what? Along with the RGB. So you have to put it in opening and closing tag. When you put it in opening and closing tag, you are going to write the color opacity. Now let's say we want to use red. So firstly, let's save it and see what it shows. Because we haven't put anything in the parameter yet. So let's save it and see how it looks. Can you see? Nothing shown here, yet. Nothing is showing. So let us give it the color 255. One. Let's save it and see what happens here again. Can you see? Nothing shows. So you have to do something. I will show you something now. We are doing this by experimenting. When you put comma also, you will see it shows nothing. But let's do it like this. 0. Save it again. The same thing will happen. Can you see? I'm not seeing anything. Put comma also, save it. Can you see? You are not seeing anything. When we are trying to reload it, when we put only one value or two value, it's not showing anything. Let's put the third value. You see, when we put the third value self, the VS Code have detected that we are writing RGB colors. So quickly it shows the red, that this is the color red, as you can see here. So it shows our panel here. So when we reload it, this thing is going to have background color of red. Can you see? Now it works. This is how the RGB works. I personally make sure that I show you how this is going, so that you won't be able to be having mistake of saying you are trying to do this thing and it's going wrong. So this, follow it. If you follow it as I'm doing like this, you are not going to have any trouble with it. So let's say you want to remove the red color. Turn the red color to 0. Then you are going to see the black color. It's going to show under here. Everything is going to turn black. Let's see how it goes. Can you see? Everything turns black. So let's say we want to use green color. Let's make the green color to 55. Let's see. You see, everywhere is going to be green. So let's say you want to use let's say you want to use blue color. Let's turn on the blue color. This is the blue color. You see, the background is turning blue. So so now let's say now we want to mix the color together to see what is going to happen. Let's mix blue color with the 255 of green. You see the color it shows here. So let's reload it. Can you see when we mix blue with green? So let's mix green again with blue with the red to see what it shows. You see everything display white. So when we reload it, we are going to see white here, as you can see. And let's mix 25 here, 25 here, 25 here. That's where the gray starts. Everything, when you are going down or coming up, this thing will be becoming gray, will be bringing gray color for you. Let's say we give it 60. If you give all these things the same value, the color is going to be coming gray gently. You see it's getting lighter. We are seeing the RGB color text gently. When we increase it again, we give it 100, it's going to light more, like when you are increasing or decreasing the opacity of the color, intensity of the color. Can you see it's getting lighter? When we give it let's say we give it, what can we give it? When we give it 200 by 200 by 200, can you see it gets lighter? You will see this thing is to become lighter. Can you see it's light more than before? Can you see? So that is the benefit of using the same value in the RG and the B, red, green and blue. When you use the same value, the more you mix it together, the more the color is getting bright, and the more you reduce the amount of the color, the more the color is getting lighter, getting darker. So you reduce it, you increase it, it's going to give you one value that is nice. So that is where we find this gray. You know, when we are discussing about gray, shade of grays. So when you in the shade of gray are often defined using equal values for all three parameters. That is, when you use the same value for these three parameters, you are going to be having what? The gray color value. So even when we increase this one more, let's say we give it 230, 230, 230, you will see how it looks now. It looks, you will see this thing will be brighter. You see, so that is the gray for you. So inside the RGB we have found gray, we have found red, green, blue and gray right now. So opacity again, we want to control the opacity, the way it light, the way it, so there is shorthand for this. Instead of using the gray, the shades of gray, so we can use the RGBA. So when we are going to use the RGBA, this is the RGBA color. The A for alpha is going to control the opacity for us. The RGBA color values are an extension of RGB color values with an alpha channel which specifies the opacity for a color. An RGBA color value is specified with R, G, B and A. That is R for red, green for G for green, blue for B for blue, A for alpha. So when you are specifying 4 values like that, you are going to detect what? You are going to detect the shades of gray something. So it's just like you are shorthand for the opacity. So that's what I think it is. So because for us, let me show you how it works now. Let's say you do that is comma and give it 0.0. Can you see all these values comes down? You are not the one. You can notice something now. All these value come to black. So let me see how it looks. Can you see the opacity? Yes. The opacity, that is the color removed. Finally, this one now, the color is no more. The background color is no more there now. So let's see 0.1 to see how it looks. We will see the color gently. The color will be coming up gently. You can see the color is coming up gently. That is, we are using the opacity. We are controlling the gray value. We are controlling it gently. We are controlling the gray value gently. So let's see how when we give this 5. Let's control the gray value more, so you can see how it works also. Can you see? So if you want to control it with one level here, you can control it. You can give it 10. No, no. Yes, give it 10. Let's see how it looks. So to have the full opacity or whatsoever, you can control it here. Me, I don't like to use this one very well because I don't use it every time. So can give it 9. You can stop from 9, I think. So this is the main. This is how full and how completely you can manage the gray color that we have on it. So, and if it's also any other color that is not gray also, you can manage it, like maybe 0, and this one is having red 255. So say you want to control the opacity gently, so we can use the RGBA maintenance to maintain it. So this will give us red. Can you see it giving us red? This is what I'm talking about. So let's say we want to reduce the opacity. You can now say, okay, come to 5. You are too light, so come to 5. So you see, so we can say, okay, come to 2. You are too light. So instead of specifying using it, this is the shorthand for the shade of gray that I taught you earlier. So me, I don't normally use this because I don't really like to use it. So that's the reason. So can you see now? Can you see it's coming to the level that we found our gray color that time? So this is going to hide it. No color again. You can see we can't find any color here again. So it also works very nicely. It just depends on when you want to use it. That's it. Depend on when you want to use it. You can, I don't, like I said earlier, I don't always use it, but it just depends on when you want to use it, because there is some ways you can mix color that you can have this same thing without writing these four lines of code here. So 4 lines of colors here. So I hope you understand the point very well. That's how we specify the RGB color. My name is Anwar Akorede Ayofe once again. So I hope to meet you. I hope to meet you next time. So have a great day. Bye bye. Thank you.